Well, good evening from a very nice, damp, wet evening here in Northern Ireland. We're back to our usual weather. It's great. It took us a wee while getting used to the sunshine. Now we're getting back to our norm. Yeah, but you know, maybe that's why the Emerald Isle is so green. We get so much rainfall. And of course, we always have the sun shining within ourselves. Yeah, that's the warm-hearted Irish, you know. Anyway, yeah. Blow our own trumpet, huh? Yeah, okay. Well, you know, the wonderful thing actually about all of us is we all have this warm heart within us. And quite frankly, it doesn't matter what part of the world we're from. Because quite frankly, we all have this warm heart within us, whatever nationality we happen to be. And in actual fact, the nationality was a learned thing, not who we are. Anyway, this evening is all about relationships, of course. Now, we're going to endeavor to keep this a bit shorter. Yeah, there you go. Lots of stuff to share, though. So we're going to get into it pretty sharply. September, 3rd of September. Yeah, September. Anybody feeling actually an acceleration of the inverted commas? The only thing that's certain now about this world, or indeed about the mind, is uncertainty. Anybody feeling that or noticing that the uncertainty is accelerating? Anybody feeling actually towards the end of last week and over the weekend, they didn't know whether they were punched or bored? I certainly was more spaced out than normal. Today wasn't great either. Anybody having abdominal cramps today? Yeah. Anyway, these things are all accelerating, and there's a very good reason for that. Talked a lot about it on Sunday, and that's the reason why this time last year, September, I was told loud and clear that what was coming would shake everyone and everything to the core, which is out of here and into the heart of hearts. The core, i.e. that. So we're going to be referring to that again. Surprise, surprise. Yeah, so it would seem that things are going to rapidly accelerate now over the next few weeks, whereby if there's a rucksack with stuff in it, rubbish in it, or a can of worms with a lid tightly on, it was so loud and clear in my consciousness today. You can run, but you can't hide. So there's no more hiding. We have to take the lid off and deal with the stuff or not, and face the inverted commas consequences from the universe and its 4x2 plank of wood. Yeah, so it's wake up time, folks. Absolutely wake up time. Look in the mirror and say to ourselves, am I running, or am I hiding, or am I being responsible to the truth that is within myself? And that's what tonight is going to be about. Am I communicating to myself effectively, or am I being programmed and listening to what other people and the system of the world is communicating to us? So tonight is actually going to be about, you know, that phrase that we keep talking about, the quality of my life is the quality of my communication. Well, I'm going to speak tonight about quality and communication, not from us to others, but others and the system communicating to us. So is it quality? Is it serving us, serving our higher good and the higher good of humanity? Or is it not? Is it serving the altered ego? In other words, is it feeding the fear and the control? Or is it feeding the soul and the heart and the love? Is it feeding fear? Is it feeding the dark side, the shadow side of us, or is it feeding the inner conscious truth of who we actually are? So I'm going to have loads of questions here tonight. Some of these questions actually came from other people, but I was kicked out of bed again. Thank you, Source. After 2 a.m. Last night, and many of these questions and the information of today and the upcoming videos was downloaded in the next couple of hours, and this hand was just writing for a couple of hours. So lots of stuff coming through here, absolutely lots of stuff. Yeah, anyway, I'm going to get into that in a minute. Announcements. Lamont House Hotel on the 29th, Sunday the 29th, Emotional and Mental Well-Being Support Group Workshop. From 8:30 registration, 9 a.m. start, right through to 5:30 / 6 o'clock. Those of you who wish to attend from other parts, it's Lamont House Hotel, of course, Belfast. You can refer to my post today. And if you wish to travel over from the UK or wherever else, fly to the George Best Airport. Love to have you with us. Absolutely love to have you with us. Numbers will be limited. I don't like using that word limited, but it's because of the room that is available. And it's mega important that we know a week beforehand, because Lamont are requiring the numbers by the 22nd of September at the very latest. Okay, couple of announcements on that. If those of you who wish to attend wish to inspire others to come with you, bring 4 people with you and you attend for free. Yeah. So you bring 4 people with you, or inspire others to book who attend, and you attend for free. Seniors over 60 years of age, i.e. we call them retired here, but seniors over 60, £40 only for the full day, including breaks and lunch. Age 13 to age 18, exactly the same thing, £40, but must be accompanied by paying guardian or parent. Please be aware of that. So we want to make this open and available to anyone and everyone, because what's coming in the next few weeks, things are accelerating rapidly. The only thing that's certain about this world now is absolute uncertainty, in case we haven't noticed. But what is certain is the truth that is within. That inner self, where there is inner peace, where there is contentment, that's what we're going to be sharing on that particular day, giving people the tools, and I'm going to touch on a few of them here today, giving people the tools to get out of the fear and get into the love and stay there, so that we can keep our heads, literally, keep our peace when everybody else around us or others around us are losing theirs. And please be aware that's what's happening. So not a warning, well, maybe it is, but forewarned is forearmed. Just be aware of what's coming. Be aware of it. Nothing to fear, provided we have the tools. One-to-one consultations. Love to help those who are ready. So if this is resonating with you and you wish to, please let me know. Okay. Very, very soon we're going to have the 1 hour plus webinars, Q&A sessions. We're in the putting that together, the process of putting that together. Zoom registration has taken place. That's happening. There will be a contribution from those who wish to attend those webinars, Q&A sessions. That's simply to cover costs, because we can't use the Zoom facility without paying for it. Also to cover the cost of mentors, co-facilitators, for their time, their expertise, and their experience. We're going to be enlisting the services of a number of others, male and female, younger and older. Okay, right, let's do a relax I am within, but before we do that, I am not trying to lead you towards me. Instead, I hope to lead you towards yourself. The most important person in your life is the person looking in your mirror and sitting in your seat. And here's another one that a very kind person shared with me today. I did not come to teach you. I came to love you. Love will teach you. Yeah. Where is the love? The love is within yourself. So love will teach you. Fear will distract you. Take you on a merry dance and down rabbit holes and all that stuff, as has happened in the past of our lives. So love will teach you. All I am is no more, no less than a way shore taking you by the hand if you wish. All right, relax, I am within. What it is balancing the left and the right brain, the male and female within ourselves. So we're falling out of fear into love. You want to fall in love? Get out of here, get in here. Here is love, here is fear. So let's fall in love. Then we will be able to share love with others. How can we share love with another until we have it within ourselves, have rediscovered it within ourselves to be in position to share it? Looking for love? Look in the mirror. I'll say that again. Looking for love? Question mark. Look at the person in the mirror, deep into your own eyes, and the eyes are the windows to the soul. And there it is within yourself. Where am I? There we go. Yeah, this one here. There it is. It's in your I am. So we're now going to do the relax I am within mantra. Breathing exercise. So simple. We're going to be sharing this, of course, in Lemon House. And this is what I share with my clients, my friends and clients alike. It's the first thing I share with them. The simplicity. How easy it is. It's not complicated. This is so simple, meant to be simple. You know, Matthew David, whom you're going to meet in the very near future on the webinars, has been sharing this with his 3 sons, age 9, 8, and 2. And the sons got it straight away. You know what they said? Dad, that's wonderful. How do you feel? He said, I feel that my head and my heart has come together. That's it. Head and the heart has come together. Ego with the soul, the false identity has dropped into the I am. You see, young children get this much faster than adults because they have less crap to get rid of, less indoctrination, less programming. But you know, that's why I keep saying it, and I will keep saying it. Post it, sticky notes, and post it up all over your home until we get it, and it becomes automatic. All right, let's do this. In through the nose, repeating the word relax, 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 relax. I am, I am, I am, I am, I am. Within, 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 within. Thank you. Okay. If you've done that and you're practicing that, the idea is to be in the child state of consciousness, which is the alpha brainwave frequency. All the manic activity and all the stress and all the worry and all the anxiety and all the fear and all the rubbish is beta frequency, left brain only, first and second chakra only. So when we do that, we're balancing left and right brain and integrating the chakras. Why do we actually combine it with a breathing exercise? Well, you know something? Spirit us is the breath of life. Look it up, Latin. The breath of life is spirit us. So what have we just done there? We have reinvigorated ourselves with a conscious breathing exercise without even closing our eyes. You see, children and animals are in a permanent state of meditation. It's the adult humans have to train the mind to get back into their innate sense of knowingness that we were all born with. Like that. All right, what I'm going to talk about tonight is Are we being communicated to as that? Or are we communicating to ourselves like that? Now, I'm going to ask loads of questions here, and they're going to come thick and fast. So if you want to write them down, please feel free. Okay, so the quality of our lives is the quality of our communication. The two words that I really want to talk about tonight are quality and communication, not our communication to others, but what is being communicated to us. What are we allowing into our consciousness? What are we listening to? What are we watching? What are we looking to for direction, consciously or subconsciously or unconsciously? Okay. What am I being communicated to, and who am I being communicated to? Okay. Now, is it quality or is it rubbish? Is it inspiring, uplifting, empowering? Or what we're listening to and watching, is it depressing or disempowering? Question you ask yourself: what are we allowing ourselves to be communicated with and to? Is it true or false? Is it truth or lies? Is it leading us in the right direction, or is it leading us down a rabbit hole or a cul-de-sac? Is it constructive or destructive? Does it serve our higher good, i.e. the I am that is within, the soul and the heart, and the well-being of ourselves on a soul, heart, mind, and body level? Is it constructive in all our aspects of our being? Is it? Or is it serving the altered ego? So what's our diet? What are we ingesting? And I don't mean physical here. What are we allowing into our minds? Low frequency or high frequency? Love or fear? Dark or light? Peaceful or diseased? So here's the question: who or what is in control of our lives? Who or what? Are we in control of our own lives? Are we doing what is necessary on a daily basis to ensure that we are in control of our lives? Or have we given away our power to something or someone outside ourselves? Are we daily connected to the I am within, the intuition? You know how I love to play on words, the tuition that comes from within, i.e. following the heart, listening to the gut, feeling and responding, being responsible, able to respond. Well, how can we respond until we know who we are responding to? Are we responding to somebody else's wishes for our lives or something else's? So that's why that relax I am within exercise is so powerful. So we stop being the puppet on somebody or something else's string, the world's string. And we start running our own, pulling our own strings. So are we connected to our intuition or I am within, our inner knowingness, our inner conscious awareness? Or, and I'm going to lay it on the line here now, are we listening to and watching fear-based TV, radio, news, social media, or even stuff on the computer or phone? or iPad or whatever else. Media, press. Is it good news? Is it inspiring? Is it uplifting? Or is it depressing and lowering our frequency? Television. Have you ever taken a look at the word tele-vision? Okay. Please understand that whenever we listen and see at the same time, it impacts the consciousness at least 10 times more than just listening or watching. Television. Now, so much of it actually is subliminal, and it tends to put us into that altered state of consciousness, which allows the information that is being shared verbally to hear and see with the images to impact the consciousness for good. Wouldn't be so sure. You can ask yourself your own question. Please understand that those who set up television knew exactly what they were doing. And should I comment, if you don't mind me saying, on video games? That's another can of worms altogether, that one. Not being judgmental, just drawing one's attention to. Would it be serving the higher good, especially of the young, impressionable minds of the people, of the children and teenagers? Would it be part of the fear and control based system that has been imposed upon? Could that be for a particular agenda or reason? So, suggestion. Some of you know, vast majority of you probably wouldn't, but I am extremely grateful to my grandparents and my parents. We didn't have TV, never did. But at some stage, actually a few years ago, I decided to get a TV. And then I realized, is this serving me or is it not? Well, let me ask a question. Is the news predominantly good news or bad news? Would it be uplifting and inspiring, or would it be depressing and diseased, emotional and mentally diseased? That's the question. Lots of good stuff on there about nature and inspiring stuff. I love a good film that's inspiring, absolutely, especially a warrior type. Like, for example, any of those that relate to, like, for example, Braveheart. Rebel Round Peg, Square Hole wouldn't subscribe. Yeah, inspirational stuff, and others. Music. Some of you know that I'm a great fan of André Rieu and Celtic Woman. Inspirational music that is uplifting, especially 432 hertz. But we don't have to go to TV to get that. We can get it on our phones and our laptops. 432 hertz. Listening and watching that which is uplifting and inspirational. Okay, here's one for you. Have you ever asked yourself the question, why it is compulsory here in the UK, why it's compulsory to have a TV license? What's that about? Compulsory. Here's another one. How much do people in the UK pay for? Well, I looked it up today. It's £154.50 per year. That is almost £13 per month. That people are paying, and they not only obliged to, they're supposed to realize, cannot watch TV, the BBC and whatever else, unless you have TV license. So let me ask the question. What are we paying for? Are we paying to be inspired, uplifted, or diseased? By the way, the dollar equivalent of that's $195, say $200, which is about $16 a month. Could there be maybe a way that we could spend 13 quid or $16 a month better off? Would it maybe something that would serve our higher good as opposed to feed the fear and control regime? Okay, so here's another question. Are we tuning in or are we tuning out? Are we tuning in words or are we tuning out there? What am I saying? Are we tuning in to the inner voice or are we tuned into an outside voice and influence? In other words, are we plugged into the matrix? Are we following the dictates of something that wants us to be something and do something and have something that, quite frankly, is only pertaining to the external of our lives, that which seems to appear, giving our attention to that external appearances, keeping us busy, pursuing, the celebrity mindset, the want to be this and I want to be that and I want to be something else. Yeah. What about being like the 5-year-old, huh? Well, the 5-year-old said to Aunt, when Aunt asked the question, what do you want to be when you grow up? And the child thought about it, felt the questions. Aunt, that's a strange question. Sure, want to be who I am now. Yeah, 5-year-old. Okay, excuse me. So the still small voice, the promptings that come from within, can only be heard and felt when the noise, the emotional and mental and physical noise out there and in the head is quieted. So here's the question. Is there too much noise going on out there, going on here, for us to hear our own voice, internal voice? Could that be? Are we caught up in the thick of thin things? Well, those are the questions. Well, I would like to share some suggestions. Don't want to call it advice, but I'm going to make some suggestions that have really helped me and others that may resonate with yourself. And please do not do anything because I say it so. Please, ever, 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 ever. This is not about me. A true mentor is no more and no less than a way-shower who has walked the way or is walking the way that you desire to go. So As you've heard me say on numerous occasions, the true meaning of the word guru is G. You are you. So the I am that is in you is the guru. I am not here to lead you towards me. That is not the objective of the one-to-ones. That is not the objective of the emotional and mental well-being support group workshops. That is not the objective of the webinars coming up. That's not the exact objective of these videos. The objective is to lead you towards yourself, because you, the real you, the inner you, the I am within you, has all the answers and all the solutions to the questions. Up here are the questions and the problems. In here are the solutions and the answers. What a mentor or a way shower does is those who feel they require direction is to say, listen, I need some help. Could you take me by the hand? Well, not literally. And help me discover, actually uncover this. That's it. That's all a mentor is. No more, no less. To help people uncover that which is blocking the communication, to essentially give them the tools to assist themselves in unplugging from the matrix and plugging in here. So we tune out from that and we tune in to here. So that's what a way shower is and a mentor is. Yeah. So you become your own guru. Okay. So what is really going on? Well, the time has come, and I mean it's rapidly accelerating now. That's why last Sunday I did, 2 Sundays ago, I talked about the end of the world as we know it. Well, the end of the world as we know it is only the end of an old era of fear and control and the beginning of a brand new one based on love and light and truth and abundance for all, redistribution of the true nature of wealth, which is our capacity to be of service. That's what's dawning. That's what has dawned, I should say. And last week, we talked about actually the collective awakening, the beginning stages of the collective awakening. Well, what is that? The beginning stages is the collective breakdown, which brings about the collective awakening. So the collective breakdown, what caused the whole thing to break? What caused people to be in a state of amnesia? Mass programming, that's what caused it. Indoctrination. So now that's the collective breakdown. In other words, what I said at the very start here was the only thing that's certain now about the world is that it's uncertain. More and more people losing their minds, more and more people actually losing their heads, more and more people becoming dependent on something or someone outside themselves. Not going to get into that, but you know what I'm talking about. Anything to dumb down the pain or dull the pain. Well, September has arrived. September. See, the next 3 months, maybe even as little as the next 4 weeks. Certainly, in the very near future, people are going to be forced to look at that which they've been running from, hiding from, and deal with it or not. And not dealing with it would not be a good idea. Because the resistance of that which needs to be looked at, detoxed, cleansed, and cleared will persist until we're forced to deal with it. All right. The spirit of humanity, the collective, is now arising. That's what's going on. The spirit of you and I is arising. The spirit of 7 billion people is being shaken to the core. The minds of 7 billion are being shaken to the core, which is the spirit, to the soul, out of amnesia. into here. Here is amnesia. The yellow shaded area is amnesia. In here is what's been covered up. People are being shaken out of the external into the internal and get the external into alignment with the internal. So the internal is running the external instead of the external running amok, and there's no internal at all. So we're running amok in our own lives and the lives of others. Disrespectful to ourselves, disrespectful to each other, and disrespectful at the very least to Mother Earth. That era is over. And the sooner we get our heads literally around that, the better for ourselves, the collective humanity, and Mother Earth, and whatever else is going on in the cosmos. Now, let's imagine that the system that has been running the world for aeons, with whatever systemic systems and ideologies and whatever they have been using by default or by design, could that be? Well, here's what's happening now. The battle for supremacy, the battle for the minds of the people is on big style. So this is why I'm asking. What are we allowing ourselves to be communicated to? What are we allowing ourselves to be communicated with? Is it serving the arising of the spirit of humanity? Or is it keeping us dumbed down, dull of hearing? I am not listening. I don't want to see. I don't want to feel. That's resistance. You know what I liken it to? I liken it to, whenever the sun starts rising, we get a thing called the dawn. Yeah. Well, guess what? The truth and the reality of who humanity really is beginning to dawn on them again. That's what's going on. And in the very near future, we're going to see literally the sun rising above the horizon. That's the awakening. So the collective breakdown is the breaking down of the dark. In other words, the breaking down of the dark, it's the end of the dark and the beginning of the dawn. That's what's now happening. The dawning of a whole, capital H-O-L-E, new era. And the collective awakening is where the sun peeps its head over the horizon. We're heading there quick. So here's the question. Are we assisting that process for ourselves and others around us, those of us who have partners and those of us who have family and those of us who have people we love and care about? Well, we cannot assist anybody else until we sort ourselves or are in the process thereof doing so. Please understand that. We will never, ever, ever be able to inspire somebody else until we become real. I mean, get a life. Get our own life in order. And that inspires other people perhaps to do the same thing. If they choose, I might add. Don't do what I used to do at times past. Love someone so much that I love them more than I love myself. I got out of my own canoe. As my father say, paddle your own canoe, boy. Stay in it. But I got out of my own canoe and got into her canoe because I wanted to save her. Well, who says she needs saved, eh? My responsibility is to sort myself out, and if and when she or anybody else chooses to do so, they can follow. Be the change. This is it. Just as Gandhi said, when I am, you are the change. We raise our vibration. We've talked a lot about that in recent weeks. We raise our vibration, and when people are ready to hear and see and understand and feel, they will. We don't have to leave our station. We do not. If we do, we're in control. We've gone into control. In other words, we are wanting it more for them than they are wanting it for themselves. Is that loving and respecting ourselves? No, it's not. The overflow, remember the two glasses? If you cast your mind back a few weeks, a couple of months ago, the overflow goes out. So it's the overflow of love and light that inspires those who are ready to hear, see, and feel and understand. Please understand that. Well, we will never be overflowing until we connect to the source of that which allows us to overflow, which is the I am that is within. All right, moving quickly here. So it's the spirit of humanity versus the altered ego mind control system that runs the world. That's what's happening. Okay. Covered that. Yeah, okay. Some suggestions. Be vigilant. Be very vigilant. Also, discerning. Exercise discernment. What do I mean by that? It's what and who I am listening to, or who I'm allowing communicate to us. Is it serving my higher good or not? Be discerning and be incredibly vigilant. What do I mean by that? Be so aware that we are following our own intuition, our own inspiration, our own instinctive inner knowingness. Please, please, please. When everybody else around us may be losing their heads and going into chaos, a diseased state of mind, emotionally and mentally diseased, it would be wonderful if we had the wherewithal to stay within, like the bird in the nest in the middle of the storm. Yeah. In other words, using that throughout the entire day, no matter what gets fired at us. All right, another one. Daily meditation, morning and evening. And the one I recommend to my clients and friends and whoever else is Wayne Dyer's I Am meditation. It's good enough for Wayne Dyer, it's good enough for me. I use it frequently, practically every morning, 20 minutes in the morning, maybe sometimes, in actual fact, most of the time it's 40 minutes. Sometimes it's more. Remember what Gandhi said? What Gandhi actually did, on his busy days, he meditated for twice as long than he did on a normal day. Well, that may be a very good idea to equip ourselves, to empower ourselves, to get into meditation, daily meditation, and stay there. I don't mean stay in your eyes closed. No, use the conscious breathing and the relax I am within mantra to be in a constant state of meditation, just like the 5-year-old, like all the rest of creation that never left the connection and got up into fear. Okay, mega important. Practice gratitude, morning and evening. Everything that we are grateful for, list it in the morning. Sing like the birds, morning and evening. The evening practice of gratitude is being grateful for that which we had received and all the good things we had today, but also practicing the gratitude for that which we are envisaging coming into our lives tomorrow and the next day and the next day. Yeah. Like the shaman praying for the rain. Okay. So what that will do for us is become inner self-reliant. Self-reliant. Let me ask this question, please. I wish to really hear what I'm saying. Where is our dependence? Is it out there? Or is it in here? And I mean that on all levels. Soul, heart, mind, body. Relationships, connections. Where is our dependence? Be a very, very good idea. Please listen carefully to become incredibly self-reliant now. Self-functional, inner self-functional. Being responsive and being responsible to the inner self. Next is surround ourselves with other individuals of kindred spirit and like minds, like a community. Regular communication, interactive, interconnected, and interdependent with other inner self-reliant individuals, or at least those who are in the process of getting there. This is mega important. In other words, it's like a support mechanism. It's just like a support group. You're not feeling alone. That it is absolutely imperative that we connect with people of the same frequency now. Imperative. And limited association at best with those who aren't. Straight up. With compassion, absolutely. But do not let anyone, excuse my French here, do not let anyone or anything crap on our parade. Okay. Staying 24/7, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I know there's no such thing as time, but whilst we're in the process of extricating ourselves or have extricated ourselves from this time and space controlled world, time and space controlled mindset, altered ego, incredibly important that we stay being present 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, connected to the source, directed by the source, the I am within, and protected by that. 24/7, write it down. 24/7, CDP, write it down. In fact, put it on your post-it notes. 24/7, CDP. Do you want me to do that for you? Yeah, I will actually. 24/7, CDP. 24/7, CDP. 24/7, connected, directed, and protected. Yeah. Okay. Also, if you feel you would benefit from the assistance of a mentor, find a mentor. I'm not blowing my own trumpet here at all. What I'm basically saying is find a mentor that you feel you resonate with. A way sure. Now, I'm not particularly saying someone who's learned it out of a book. A way sure is someone who has actually walked the way themselves and knows how to get there. Let me ask you a question. Before sat-nav, that's another story, that one, by the way. Sat-nav. Where's our dependence on sat-nav? Satellite communication, huh? Not getting into that one now, but you know what I'm hitting at. Before sat-nav, we used to ask directions. Well, there's no point in asking directions from someone who doesn't know where you want to go. So if you want to go somewhere, it's a really good idea to ask someone who knows how to get there, who has actually been there, been where you want to go. That's a way sure, a shore of the way you want to go, you desire to go. Should you feel you would like to have the assistance of yours truly or one of the mentors that are going to be with us, whether it be Matty Z, whether it be, that's Matthew David, who comments on here, or Francie Murray, Donna Hutchings, Anthony Carlin, etc., etc., etc. We're going to be putting together a team of mentors here whose number one prerogative and focus is not themselves, it is you. To help people navigate their home, the way home to the truth, as way showers. Help people who wish to help themselves come home to the truth. Return to love. Fall in love. Contentment and joy and peace. Get into that state, be able to navigate through the awakening stage, which is, you know, the other day I talked about the 5 stages of the ascension process. You know, the most vulnerable part of it all is the middle stage. It's like no man's land. You've left the old and you're heading to the new, but you're in transit. I call it the rainbow bridge. It's the bridge from the old to the new. So it's the bridge from amnesia to enlightenment. Well, the middle stage, the middle of the bridge, is actually awakening. And that's where the civil war starts. And that's where literally the battle for supremacy within one's own consciousness, between the fear and the love, between the dark and the light, between the old, the old wolf, or the bad wolf, and the good wolf, excuse the analogy. So when the ego drops down into the soul, and the heart and the mind become one, or the altered ego loses its desire to be altered. In other words, it is overcome by the I am presence. So the I am presence then takes over through the soul and the heart and runs the ego mind. And the body then goes into a state of ease. I mean, how many lifetimes have we been, has our soul brought us to here, or the I am presence sent us back in again? Get back in there. You didn't discover it the last time, i.e. last lifetime. Go back in again until you get it. Well, listen, folks, here's the bottom line. I'm going to lay it on the line here right now. This is it. The collective awakening is the most unprecedented in the history of our species in this aeon. No more lifetimes. Well, can you want? But it would be a really good idea. And I'm going to say what I said last Sunday. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Look, this is not about religion. Perish the thought. Goodness gracious. This is all about the truth of who we actually are. Returning home to the truth of who we actually are. The I am that is. All right. So if anyone would wish to have one-to-ones, I am always thrilled, absolutely delighted to share the tools that were given to me. Now, do you think Wally Minto, who gave me that, and Jan de Vries, who gave me that, you think Jan de Vries, who passed over 4 years ago, and Wally Minto 19 years ago, do you think whenever they gave that to me and others that we were just to keep it for ourselves, or was it given to us to share? Huh? So here's the objective. What my desire and those fellow facilitators and mentors and way showers, what our desire actually is here in these webinars, upcoming Q&A sessions, is to equip people and demonstrate the tools whereby people can navigate themselves. So we are no longer, in fact, look,